Simon and Schuster Audio presents An Italian Girl in Brooklyn by Santa Montefiore, read by Genevieve Gaunt. Part 1. Greenwich, New York, 1979. Evelina stood back and admired the table. How pretty it looked. She'd hollowed out small pumpkins for candle holders and placed them around the 3 vases of sunflowers, carnations, and roses that dominated the long table set for 10. She'd made her own napkin rings out of red berries and yellow sycamore leaves and put them on each plate, slotting the name card of every guest into a pine cone. The effect was charming, but it was missing one important thing. Evelina went into the garden. The sun had almost set. The sky above Greenwich was a pale, watery blue streaked with fiery crimson and gold. Fat-bellied clouds moved slowly across it. From where she was standing, they resembled the dark hulls of ships viewed from the bottom of the sea. She stood a while, making shapes out of the smaller clouds, dolphins, whales and jellyfish, waves breaking into pink foam, distant mountain ranges dyed purple. Then the twinkling of a lone star pierced the deepening indigo as the sun withdrew, taking with it its panoply of colours, and the ships and the sea creatures too. Evelina remained there, gazing into the night, watching as one by one a host of stars joined the original, glimmering through the darkness like lanterns of little fishing boats. She went into the herb garden and cut a handful of rosemary. She rubbed a piece between her finger and thumb and pressed it to her nose. The smell of home assaulted her senses in a flood of memory. It made her giddy with nostalgia, and she closed her eyes for a moment, savouring both the pleasure and the pain, for they were in equal parts. She sighed with resignation. There was no point getting emotional over something lost in the past, when the present gave her so much to be grateful for. She returned to the dining room and sprinkled the sprigs of rosemary over the tablecloth. Sure, she'd been living in America for over 30 years, but she was still Italian in her soul. At this time of Thanksgiving, it was therefore fitting that in the decoration of the table at least, she remembered the old country. Evelina was lighting the candles on the table when her husband, Franklin, returned home. He opened the front door and stepped into the hall, letting her know he was back with a, "Honey, I'm home," as he took off his loden coat and fedora and put down his bag.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?